You wake up. It's 2:47 in the morning. The room is dark. The house is completely silent. And your cat is sitting 3 feet from your face, completely still, watching you. Not blinking, not moving, just there, eyes open, locked on yours. Most people laugh it off. Creepy, they say. A little weird. Just one of those odd things cats do, but here's what those people don't know. In 2019, researchers at Oregon State University, studying feline attachment behavior, documented something that changed how animal psychologists understand the domestic cat's relationship with its owner. What they found had nothing to do with habit, nothing to do with hunger, and nothing to do with your cat secretly plotting your downfall. What they found was far more intimate than that. And once you understand it, once you see what's actually happening in that dark room while you sleep, you will never look at your cat the same way again. Most cat owners land on one of two explanations. Either their cat is hungry and staging an early morning campaign for breakfast, or their cat is just strange, a creature of bizarre habits. One of those unexplainable quirks that makes cats what they are. And to be fair, the hunger theory has some logic. Cats are crepuscular animals, naturally wired to be most active at dawn and dusk. If your alarm goes off at 7, your cat's internal clock has probably been counting down since 5. So yes, sometimes the 3 a.m. stare is a breakfast preview. But here's the problem with that explanation. Cats who watch their sleeping owners don't always leave when they get what they want. They stay, they return. Some do it every single night, long after eating, long after any practical reason to remain has passed. A behavior that consistent, that deliberate, is not about food. Something else is running it. And to find out what, researchers had to look somewhere most people never think to look when it comes to cats. They had to go inside the relationship itself. For most of the 20th century, animal behaviorists held a firm position on cats. They are solitary, self-sufficient, and fundamentally indifferent to the emotional states of the people around them. They tolerate humans because humans provide resources, nothing deeper than that. That consensus began to collapse in 2019. Researchers Christine Vitale, Alexandra Behenker, and Monique Udell at Oregon State University ran a series of trials asking a simple but radical question. Do cats form genuine secure attachment bonds with their owners the same way human infants do with caregivers? They placed cats in an unfamiliar room. One group with their owner present, one group alone, one group with a stranger. 65% of the cats displayed what attachment researchers call a secure base effect, using their owner as a psychological anchor to explore the unknown environment. When the owner left, they showed measurable distress. When the owner returned, they settled. Quickly, specifically because of that person. Not any person, their person. The study concluded that cats do not merely tolerate their owners. For the majority of domestic cats, their human is a primary attachment figure, a source of felt security that shapes how they navigate the world. Which means the cat watching you sleep at 2:47 in the morning is not a passive observer. They are near their attachment figure. And that changes everything about what you're looking at. But attachment doesn't fully explain the watching. Feeling bonded to someone doesn't explain why a cat sits motionless in the dark and stares at a sleeping face. Plenty of attached animals sleep beside their companions or nearby without the vigil, without the stillness, without the eyes. Why the watching? That answer lives somewhere older than any study. Somewhere your cat's brain has been carrying for 40 million years. To understand what your cat is doing, you have to step back from the domesticated animal on your bed and see what it actually is underneath. A small, solitary, hypercarnivorous predator, descended from a lineage that survived because of one overriding capability: environmental awareness. the ancestors of the domestic cat, the wild cats of North Africa and the Near East, from which all house cats descend, lived in open terrain with limited shelter. Threats came from above and below, and from every direction. In that world, a sleeping animal was a vulnerable one, and vulnerability, left unmonitored, became a death sentence. In loose feline family groups, wild cats developed a behavior ethologists call social vigilance. One individual maintains alertness while another rests. Not as a conscious act of loyalty. As an instinct, the watcher scans for danger. The watcher monitors the environment. The watcher stays completely still precisely because movement would attract the threat they're watching for. That instinct is still running. Right now, in your bedroom, in your cat. The neurological machinery that kept the species alive for millions of years has not been switched off by central heating and a food bowl. When their attachment figure, you, becomes vulnerable in sleep, something in that ancient wiring activates. Watch, scan, stay still, protect the one who matters. Your cat is not being strange. Your cat is being exactly what evolution built them to be. Here is where the research took a turn that surprised even the scientists running the studies. When researchers began monitoring cats' physiological responses during these nighttime vigils, tracking cortisol levels and behavioral stress indicators, they expected to find evidence of heightened alertness. A patrol state, the biological signature of an animal on guard. Instead, they found the opposite. Cats watching their sleeping owners showed measurable signs of calm. Reduced cortisol, slower respiration. The physiological profile was closer to a cat resting contentedly than a cat scanning for threats. Your sleeping body was calming your cat down. The slow, rhythmic rise and fall of your breathing. The familiar scent of you at rest. The total absence of unpredictability. No sudden movements, no raised voices, no disruption. To your cat's nervous system, all of that registers as safety. What's happening in that dark room is not one-directional. While your cat watches over you, an ancient protective instinct running as it was always meant to, your presence is doing something back. Your calm, sleeping body is one of the most regulating environments your cat's nervous system knows. You calm them. They watch over you. In the dark, at 2:47 in the morning, neither of you fully aware. Something that has no clinical name is passing between you. Cats are not social animals by default. Unlike dogs, who evolved in large cooperative packs, cats are wired for independence. They do not bond indiscriminately. They do not offer trust easily. The architecture of their social cognition is built around extreme selectivity. This is important, because what it means is that a cat who keeps coming back, who finds you in the dark, night after night, and takes up that quiet post, is not doing it out of habit or routine or the vague warmth of proximity. They are making a choice. Repeatedly, deliberately. Animal behaviorist John Bradshaw, whose research on cat cognition spans more than 3 decades, has written that the domestic cat essentially treats its primary owner as a conspecific, a member of its own species. Not a superior, not a provider, a companion, someone to orient toward, someone whose state matters, someone worth watching over. When your cat watches you sleep, they are not observing you from the outside. In the emotional vocabulary of a creature that can't use words, that can't tell you what you mean to it, can't describe what it feels in the dark next to your breathing. That vigil is one of the most direct things they know how to say. There is one more thing worth knowing. If your cat has always watched you sleep and that behavior suddenly stops, pay attention. Not in alarm, but with the kind of quiet attentiveness your cat has been offering you all along. Cats in pain withdraw, not dramatically, not obviously. They reduce proximity. They become less present. A cat who always found you in the dark and now doesn't may be experiencing physical discomfort significant enough to override their social instincts. If the change persists more than a week or two, a vet visit is worth considering. Cats under psychological stress do the same. A new animal in the home, a shift in the household's emotional climate, a change in routine, all of it can disrupt the behavior of a cat who previously sought you out without fail. And aging cats change too. An older cat who once leapt to the foot of the bed and now sleeps on the floor is not rejecting you. Joints hurt, heights become harder. The choice is still being made. The location is just adapting to what the body can manage. The absence of the vigil carries as much information as the vigil itself. If you're paying attention, and you should be, the change will tell you something. So the next time you wake up at 2:47 in the morning and see those eyes in the dark, calm, unblinking, fixed on your face, you don't have to feel unsettled. What you're looking at is not strange. What you're looking at is ancient. A protective instinct carried intact through 40 million years, now directed at you in the quiet of your home because of a bond your cat has chosen and keeps choosing. They are doing what their biology always prepared them to do. And your breathing is doing something back, calming the animal watching over you, telling their nervous system without words, "We are safe, we are here." Nothing is wrong. That exchange has no name, but it has been happening between cats and the people they've chosen, for as long as the two species have shared the dark together. And it's happening right now, in your bedroom, while you sleep. If you've ever woken up to find your cat watching you, and now you know what that silence meant, subscribe to the channel. We go this deep into animal behavior every single week. And I want to know, does your cat do this? How long do they watch? Some people have actually timed it. Drop your number in the comments. I read every single one.